Okay, grade 8. We are starting chapter 10. And chapter 10 says points, lines, and planes. That's lesson 1 on chapter 10. A lot of definitions. If you confuse the definition, life will not be easy for you in this chapter. You must know how to define. You must use the correct vocabulary. You must know what you're talking about very clearly. Okay? Now, like in any other book, you need to know your vocabulary. You see these things here? You need to know what is an undefined term, what is a defined term, what is a definition, what is a point, what is a line, what is a plane, what is coplanar, what is intersection, what is defined terms, what is a space. Okay? All right. We will do some examples. I will use some things that I have here around me, because remember, math is not only on the book, it is everywhere on the life. Everything we do, we have to see the math in it. Okay, so things you cannot define are what we're calling undefined terms. So there's some terms in geometry we cannot define them. That is why we are calling them undefined terms. Okay, that means you can only explain using examples, or you can explain by describing. It is yellow, it is blue, it is round, it is straight, like that. Okay, and the terms you cannot define in geometry are a point, a line, and a plane. So if a question asks you which of these are undefined terms, you better pick all these 3. Okay? All right. So now let us see what is a point. A point has no shape. Okay? It has no size. You can draw it small. You can draw it big. Like that. You can draw it bigger. Okay? Now, let's see different points. That's how you want to see. See, this one is a point, the front of my pen. Okay? Here, this is the point at the end of my stick. Look, the lollipop stick. This is a point. Do you see that? On my scissor, this is a point. You see the shapes are different. They are not the same. I'm trying to find another one. You see here on the edge, this is a point. You see here, over there, that is a point on the corner of this thing. Okay? So, like we have said, a point has no shape, it has no size. When we name it, we use a capital letter. Let me not catch you writing small m and calling it a point, or small a. You must use capital letters. Okay? A point represents a location. So if I want to show where Dubai is on the map, I will put capital D and I will put a point like that. Okay? So a point represents a place, a location. A location on a map. What is another name of a map? A coordinate plane. The coordinate plane that we draw for every graph. Like that. All maps come from this coordinate plane. Okay? Alright. And you have your X and Y. So when you're labeling your point, you have to start with an X number and then the Y number. That is why we call them an ordered pair. So we said a point is represented by an ordered pair. And the ordered pair, you must give me an X value and a Y value. Okay? All right, we continue. We do what is a line. So here I'm going to describe what is a straight line. Okay? Because there are so many lines. Lines can be curved. Lines can be zigzag. Lines can be wavy. So in geometry, we are going to deal with straight lines today. So you need 2 points to draw a line. This you have to know. For you to draw a straight line, you need at least 2 points. Okay? You can have more than 2, but at least 2. You can use 2 uppercase letters to name a line. Or you can also use 1 lowercase letter or a script letter. Okay? So, like here. So, you use a lowercase script letter. You see that? So, you can use a capital letter, PQ. Or this one here is a lowercase script letter. So, look at my examples. I drew vertical, horizontal, diagonal up, diagonal down. I use my capital letter. So this line, this diagonal up can be line AB. You put your line like that. Or line BA. It doesn't matter where you go. You can go left, right, or right, left. Or we can say this is line W. So this line has 3 names. AB or BA or line W. The same here. Line CD or DC or line N. Or line EF, FE or line X. When you're using the capital letters, please put this line here. This line here tells me you're talking about a line. Comma. So it's called line AB or line BA or line W. That is how you pronounce this. Or you can say the word line AB. If you don't want to write this line here, you must write this line AB or line BA. Now, you cannot write line and then put a line on top. La. It is line AB or AB with a line on top. It is one or the other. They can't be both. Okay? Alright. We do what is a plane. A plane is a flat surface. Flat. Okay? So, see my container? This is a plane. It is flat. Okay? This is this is 2 planes because this is one flat and this is another. So because it goes inside, this makes it 2 planes. This is not one plane. Plane means everything is flat. On my cylinder, this is a plane. It is flat. This side is not a plane because it is not flat. Over here is not flat. It is curved. But here it is flat. My hand can go like this, okay? The top of your book, this is a flat surface. It is a plane. Your laptop, the screen of your laptop is flat. Where your keyboard is flat. So that is a plane. On the lollipop, this is not a plane because it is not flat. It is curved. Okay? Alright. So we continue. It is a flat surface. This means any 2D shape or any 2D or any polygon. Okay? Something that is a 2D shape, whether it is a polygon or not. Because there are some shapes, there are some 2D shapes that are not polygons. Whether your polygon is regular or irregular. So, a plane can be a regular polygon, an irregular polygon, or not a polygon. Now, let us look some examples. Circles, quadrilaterals, that means a square, a rectangle, a trapezoid, a kite, a parallelogram, a rhombus. Okay? Quadrilaterals, triangles, equilateral, isosceles, scalene, obtuse, acute, right triangle. You should know this from grade 7. All triangles are planes. Okay? All polygons are planes. Pentagons, hexagons, decagons. What else? Nonagons, octagons, hexagons. So any polygon is a plane. You must remember these. When you name a plane, you need to use 3 points that are on the same plane. But they don't have to be on the same line. They must be on the same plane. Now, if I look at this picture, I would label this plane, I'll call it plane BCD. or CDB or DCB or DBC. It doesn't matter. If you start here, you can go this way. You can go that way. You can come this way. As long as you use 3 letters. Or you can use an uppercase script letter. Like this one. I can say this is plain K. Okay? Just like the book said. This is plain K or plain BCD or BDC or DBC or CDB, like that. So you must use all this. When you're explaining a plane, you must use the word plane in front of the letter. There is no line. Okay? You must use that. Okay? And let's continue. So we have done what is a plane. So a plane is a flat surface made up of points that extend infinitely. So you see this wall. If you see my wall, just because it stops there does not mean this wall is stopping. It is a plane. It continues. So all planes are infinite. Okay? In all directions. It goes up. It goes right. It goes left. I can extend this line. I can extend this wall all the way to my right. All the way to my left. All the way up. Do we understand? Just because it stops there does not mean that's where it stops. All planes are infinite. All lines are infinite. Nothing stops. It continues. Please don't forget that. And they continue on all directions. Not just one direction, all directions. Okay? So, if I was to explain that, if my plane is rectangle, this will go this way, it will go this way, it will go this way, it will go that way. If it is a triangle, it will go this way, it will go that way, it will go this way. I can make it bigger. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? Okay, now we continue. Let us talk about collinear. Co means more than one. That's what co means, a company. Okay? You are together. So collinear means points on the same line. They must be on the same line. So if this is my line, I can say A, F, G, N. These are collinear because they're on the same line. And then if I put another point over here and I call it P. Now P is not collinear because it's not on the same line. Even if I do like this. Even if I do like this, no. P is not on the same line with A, F, and G, and N. But if I put another point over here and I call it M, now M and P are collinear. So M is collinear to N, G, F, and A, and M is also collinear to P. But P is not collinear to N because they are not on the straight line, same line. But M and N are on the same line, okay? Non-collinear means you're not on the same line, not on the same line. Coplanar means you're on the same plane. Say coplanar. Coplanar means points on the same plane. Points or lines on the same plane. Okay? Non-coplanar means you are not on the same plane. That is what it means. Now, here, B, C, D are on the same plane because they are on this rectangle. Okay? Intersection or intersecting. Intersecting means to cross each other. Okay? So intersecting planes is when you have a set of common points. When planes intersect, you have more than one point where the point of intersection is happening. And when lines are intersecting, you only have one point. One. The point of intersection. Here the point of intersection, and we said points are labeled with capital letter. So there. Point A is the point of intersection for line X and line Y. Okay? Now, if I want to show you intersecting planes, when your two walls are meeting, so you see this wall and this wall are intersecting over here on this corner. So all the points on that line, from that corner all the way down, all those are common points. So that's what I'm going to say. This plane is intersecting with that plane. Okay? Like here on my laptop, this screen is intersecting with the keyboard all the way from this corner all the way up to here. That's where these two are joining each other. Okay? Let's do another example. Let me take my scissors and I cut a straight line. Okay? So I have my paper and I have cut a straight line on my paper. So, and I take another piece of paper. So I take my money and here I am going to show you how to intersect two planes. Since I can't hold it together, but it's like that. Wait, I hope I cut it nicely so that you can see. Okay, like that. So my paper, my white paper is touching my money over here, where the line is where I cut. So all the way down this way, from left to right. So that is the plane. That is where the planes are intersecting, okay? Right there, where my money is touching the white paper. That is where the planes are intersecting. And all the points on the line. Now, remember, you can intersect planes that are not the same size. You can also intersect planes that are not the same shape. That means you can intersect a circle and a triangle. You can intersect a triangle and a rectangle. You can intersect a pentagon and a circle. Okay? Now let's talk about space. And then we'll do some examples. So space is defined. Remember we said points, lines, and planes are not defined. Are called undefined. Undefined. But a space is a defined term. Okay? When you're defining a space, you must say these words. It is three-dimensional. It uses all the points on the line, all the points on the plane. Three-dimensional space is made of lines, and it is also made of points, and it is also made of planes. It is made up of all those. Okay? So that means you have to describe the base and the height. You have to describe the length, the width, and the height. The space it is taking. When you're thinking about space, I want you to think about volume. How much is it taking on the ground? How much high is it going? And remember, spaces are boundless. That means they continue forever. They cannot be stopped. There is no boundary. Okay? All right, now let's do some examples. So we have discussed collinear, coplanar. We have discussed intersection. Now here, Q, S, and R are collinear. Why? Because they are on the same line. You see, Q, S, and R are on the same line. But Q and R are not coplanar to T and S. Q is not on the, Q and R are not coplanar to S. S is the only one on the plane. Q and R are outside of the plane. So, Q, S, and R are collinear, but they are not coplanar. This plane is called plane T because we cannot use letters. S is the only one. You need three letters, three capital letters to use it to describe this plane. So because they are not three capital letters on the rectangle, I will use T. This is plane T. Okay? This is line QSR, or line QR, or line RSQ, or line RQ. Okay? All right, let us continue. This is very good. Now, if I want to label this plane, I can say this is plane HGF, or I can say this is plane HGL, because all these 3 points are on the same plane, or I can say this is plane X. Coplanar, JHEGFL. These are coplanar because they are on the plane. Collinear, E and F are collinear. F and G are collinear. E, F, and G are not collinear because you see here they are not on the straight line. Only E and F are on a straight line. E and D, collinear. E and D are collinear. J, K, D, collinear because they are on a straight line. JH, collinear. HG, collinear. Okay? LM, collinear. M is not coplanar because it's not on the plane. It is down here, outside the plane. Okay? When you're describing the space, you'll use D, K, J, H, E, G, F. That's the space. Okay? How many planes do you see? I see plane X. I see plane E, J, H, G, F. I see plane D, G, F. I see plane D, E, F. I see plane D, E, J. I see plane J, H, D. So all these are planes. There are so many planes on this picture alone. Now, please go to Aleph and do your DOK 1, 2, and 3. And do example 1, 2, 3, 4. See this? Example 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, and then tomorrow we will talk about them. Tomorrow we will answer these questions in class. Okay, bye.